Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we will talk about AWS IAM Service. So basically the service is used to manage AWS users and their access. It is a global AWS service. Here IAM stands for Identity or Access Management. One IAM user is equivalent to one person within organization. So by default, whenever we create an AWS account, then a root user created by the AWS, and we should not use or we should not share the access of this root user with the other users. Instead of this, what we can do, we can create the new user with the required permission or access, and then this can be shared with the relevant users. So that is the good way of sharing access with the users. We can create groups of users as well. So here how group will work in that case. Suppose there are different teams working in an organization. There is a development team, so there is a group of developers, there is a business team, and there is an audit team as well. So what we can do, we can create three different groups. One is developers, one is business team, and one is audit team, and we can allocate users or the team members within these groups, and we can assign permissions to groups. Then what will happen, if a user is a part of a group, so the user will be automatically able to use the access which we have given to the group. So that is the benefit. Instead of giving the access individually, we can give the access, or we can restrict the access for a group, and same will be applicable for all the users who are the part of this particular group. Same user can belong to multiple groups as well. So it is also possible, if I talk about our example, then it is also possible, like person A can be the part of development group as well, and the same user can be the part of the audit group as well. So same user can belong to multiple group. A group cannot be the part of other group. Okay, and it is not mandatory for a user to belong to a group. So it is not the mandatory thing to be the part of a group. User can be an standalone entity as well. Again, from the security point of view, it is a good practice to create groups for users who require similar kind of access, as I mentioned earlier, like developers, business team, or audit team. So just to avoid the repetitive actions, or to give the repetitive access to the different users. Again, we should not share our credentials or access keys with other users. Now IAM permissions. So basically, IAM permissions are the JSON documents, and these permissions are used to define what will be the allowed actions, or what will be the restricted actions for an IAM user. So what a user can do within AWS account, that is defined by IAM permissions, and this is a JSON document called policies. User and groups can be assigned policies. So these policies can be assigned either with users who are standalone, and with groups as well. So what will be the format? There will be a version that can be any random number. Then there will be statement, and statements are required here. And what each statement will contain? It will contain effect, whether it is allow or we need to restrict. Then there will be action, what action will be allowed. So here we are allowing EC to describe action on all the resources. And the second permission is, we are allowing elastic load balancing describe on all the resources. So this is the very simple example of the JSON document policy. Again, for managing the things in a better way, what we should do, we should adopt least privilege action principle for IAM. So what is the least privilege action principle? It means we should only give required permissions to user, and whenever any new permission is required, user will connect, and then we can assign the required access to the user again. So we should not give root permissions to each user first of all. So every user cannot be the root user. If someone required to access your S3, then you can ask, and you can also ask like what permission they required within the S3 service. Then a specific permission can be given to the user. We should give access to only required resources and actions. Using this approach, we can ensure that our account will not be compromised, and we can ensure the security as well. If we have assigned some policies to a group, then these policies are assigned to the user within the group automatically. So that already covered. Then comes to IAM roles. So basically IAM roles are used for AWS services. This is not the for physical users. This is for AWS services. So in AWS we can create IAM roles, and those IAM roles can be assigned to the AWS services. Some services require to perform actions on users behalf. So we can create an IAM role, and we can assign the required policies or required permissions to that IAM role, and then this IAM role can be assigned to AWS services like EC2. So suppose there is an EC2 instance wants to perform some action on AWS, and to do so, what we will do, we will create an IAM user with required permissions and policies, and then we will assign this role to the EC2 instance. Using this, the EC2 instance will be able to perform required actions. So that's all about the IAM user group and roles. That was very basic information, and then in my next video I will post some hands-on regarding the IAM role. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe my channel for further updates. Thank you.